It's been a long time since I called Indiana home. 8 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, and 6 days to be exact. That's when I sold my home, most of my belongings, and moved into my 180 square foot home on wheels that I take all across the country. These days, home is the open road, the quiet mornings, the dirt roads, the kind of stillness that only exists when you're alone in the mountains. But sometimes, the road points you back to where you started, from the mountains in Oregon to the suburbs of Indiana. 2,278 miles, 4 days, 12 hours behind the wheel each day. Just me, my dog and my bunnies, my truck, and everything I own, rolling east to where it all began. This massive of a trip all at once may sound daunting, but I've been a traveler for a long time. So to me, it really wasn't that bad. I won't bore you with the hour by hour minutia of the trip because it was boring. God, was it boring. But after adding over 2,000 miles onto my faithful truck's odometer, I finally rolled up onto my childhood home that my parents still live in. Seeing their smiling faces and feeling their warm, loving hugs made every mile worth it. If you're new to the channel, my name's David. This is Fate Unbound, and welcome to the inside of my travel trailer, my little home on wheels. I come back to Indiana to visit my parents here every single year, but I came back a little earlier this year to tackle a huge renovation project. You can see my entire kitchen area behind me is torn up. Gas lines just hanging out from where the stove was. The sewer line that ran to the sink is cut, and my water lines to the sink are just hanging out too. And so we are mid-renovation on this project. And also, for you guys that have been watching for a while, you know that the floor of my travel trailer on this side was bowing way down. Out by the door, it had dropped almost an entire inch and a half. It was really bad. And so we have gotten that floor completely straightened out. That's one of the reasons, I believe, why my kitchen cabinetry here was falling apart. And, you know, we jacked the floor up essentially to lift it up and straighten it out as much as we could. And then my dad made these big steel brackets that we bolted and welded to the frame of the trailer to support the floor then, so that it couldn't drop again, ever again. I'm gonna be making a video that goes all in depth on showing everything we're doing on those projects, so don't worry, I'm not going to touch on them too much specifically in this video, but that is the biggest reason that I'm home right now. My dad and I are huge project guys. We always have something in our mind, something that we want to improve, something that we need to maintain, and it's going to take a lot of work and effort, tools and time, and that we need each other. We need each other's help to tackle. And so I'm just so thankful for my dad, that he is always willing to help on big projects like this. But that's not all I hope to accomplish while I'm here. I save a lot of big maintenance tasks for when I'm visiting my parents also, again, just because it's a lot easier to take care of those. My truck needs the oil change, and my steering gearbox is leaking. So I'm gonna take the steering gearbox out. I bought a seal kit for it, and I'm gonna replace all the seals on that so it stops leaking power steering fluid. And also, I have an old 2002 Pontiac Pontiac Trans Am WS6 that I store here at my parents' house. I bought this car back when I was only 19 years old, guys. I'm 36 now. I've owned this car for 17 years. It's a 23-year-old car. It only has 48,000 miles on it, and I keep that baby in cherry condition. And so I'm gonna change the oil and oil filter on that, change the differential fluid, and also change the transmission fluid on it as well, because all of those maintenance intervals have lined up, and I just wanna take care of all of that before I leave. And also, whenever I'm visiting here, if there's anything my parents need help with, I do whatever I can, whatever they need, so I can give back to them, because like I said, my dad is always so helpful whenever I need him for these projects, and just love my mom. She cooks dinner every night and just takes care of everything. And so I just want to help them out as much as I can, especially as they're starting to get older. And so on my dad's old truck, he needs the oil and oil filter changed, so I'm gonna take care of that for him. And then on my dad's main vehicle, it needs the differential fluid changed and the all-wheel drive transaxle fluid changed also. And doing that kind of stuff for them, just, it makes me feel good. Something else that's great about coming home is that it just makes receiving large packages like this so much more convenient. Receiving something as big and heavy as this package on the road can be done. It's just a lot more difficult when you don't have a home address to ship it to. And I'm specifically excited about this package because I'm uproading my off-roading game with these products I got from eTrailer. You know, I was just looking around on their website while I was shopping for new appliances for my kitchen remodel, which I got all of my kitchen appliances from eTrailer's website. But I also noticed that they carried a lot of off-roading gear too. And you guys know that I almost exclusively boondock out in the national forests and out on BLM land. So I'm constantly off-roading with my travel trailer and my truck. And I hate to admit it, but I've gotten stuck a few times. And so what's in this box is gonna help me be more self-sufficient. If I were to get stuck, I can get myself out, or I can have someone come and help me out. But the first thing I got is this 12-volt portable air compressor. This is just gonna help me be able to air down my tires to get more traction. And then once I get out of that sticky situation, I can air them back up using this air compressor. Or if my trailer tires need their tire pressure increased, I can use that. I also got this snap strap, this recovery strap. It's rated to 17,500 pounds. And so even if I get stuck towing my trailer behind my truck, this strap alone is rated for someone to pull me out using it. And it's not just a tow strap, it's a kinetic strap. So whoever is aiding me in recovery can kind of get their momentum going, and this strap will stretch and then pull whatever it's being used to recover. And yeah, that's just really awesome. And I also always wanted one of these because I've come across people that were stuck, but I couldn't help them because I didn't have any sort of tow strap or recovery strap. And my diesel truck surely would have been strong enough to pull them out, but I just couldn't. And then the last thing is gonna be really helpful, and it's these Max Track traction boards. And these things are gonna be awesome for when I get stuck with my truck off-roading. You know, believe it or not, that thing's only two-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive. I know, insane. Why do I not have a four-wheel drive truck? Long story, but I love my truck. I'll probably keep that thing for as long as it'll keep running. And so I got some of these traction boards to help get traction on those rear wheels if I get stuck. And yeah, I just thought it was super cool that eTrailer had all of this. They have an entire section dedicated to off-road equipment. And so yeah, if you guys want to upgrade your off-road game too, check out eTrailer's website. Love that place. But of course, the most important part about coming home is the human side. seeing my family, making those memories with my dad, tackling those big projects. Like I said, every time I come back, we usually have some big project to tackle. It's just what we do, and it's how we bond, and I don't know, just make really great memories. And seeing my mom and getting to spend time with her also is just priceless. I love and appreciate my parents more than words can describe. And so it's always nice coming home and yeah, just getting to spend that quality time with them. And it's not just me. Sweetie also absolutely adores my parents and loves coming here. And she spends the entire time in the house hanging out with my parents, except at night I take her back over to the trailer and she sleeps in the travel trailer with me. But then in the morning, we just come right on back inside. And it's also been really special getting to hang out with my Uncle Doug and getting to see him a bunch, as he has come over and been just so helpful with the kitchen renovation and the repairing the bow in my travel trailer's floor. My Uncle Doug has worked in the RV industry for decades, and it's just, I'm so lucky to have him as an industry expert. You know, my own uncle knows exactly how my travel trailer was built and manufactured. And so when we have questions like, well, how is the floor constructed exactly? What's the best way to straighten this? He's right there with the answer. So big thanks to you, Uncle Doug. And then getting to see my friends that still live here in Fort Wayne is awesome too, especially my best friend Austin. You know, we have been best friends since third grade. So I've known that man for a long time, and getting to actually hang out with him in person after being away for an entire year is huge. And so getting to feel connected again to all of these people that I love so much is very special to me, because, you know, when I'm out on the road traveling, I'm usually alone, up in the mountains, out in the forest, deep in the deserts. You know, it's just me and my dog and my 2 rabbits. And so, yeah, I lose that human connection. And so coming home just gets to bring that all right back for me. Being stationary for a period of time at my parents' house really feels nice. And it just gives me time to just kind of relax. And it may seem odd, but this time sort of feels like a vacation, even though I get told by a lot of people that they see what I do as just being on a perpetual vacation. But full-time traveling is my work, and you know, it's my life. But it is a lot of work, always searching for campsites, figuring out where to go next, figuring out how I'm gonna get there, and when I'm gonna get there, all the planning and preparation involved, and then all of the planning of the adventures, going on them, all the filming, etc. It can be a lot. And so coming home, I don't have to worry about that. It lets my mind be at ease, and I can just kind of rest for a little bit. But I will tell you, after about 2 weeks, and then especially after about a month, I start feeling stir crazy, and I just really want to get back out there because it's what I love. You know, I love exploring, adventuring. It's what adds that spark to my life. And yeah, I just start to miss it after too long. And so by the time I'm ready to leave, I do feel much more mentally prepared for the road ahead. But not just that, I also feel a lot more mechanically prepared. You know, I do some sort of upgrade or big maintenance to my home on wheels or to my faithful truck. You know, that thing is a 2004. It's coming up on 200,000 miles, but boy, is that truck just as reliable as ever, because I just maintain it the best that I can. And so yeah, coming here, tackling those maintenance and upgrade projects is huge. And so yeah, by the time I leave, I feel mechanically prepared as well. I'm not sure where I'm going yet after this. Haven't decided. I'll probably dip down south to Kentucky or Tennessee, maybe the Smoky Mountains area, for a month, you know, in November while I wait for Christmas to come back around, and then I'll pop back up to spend the holidays with my parents because they always love it when I'm here for Christmas and New Year's. But if you guys like the video and you'd like to buy me a drink, then you can go through that QR code right there, and I'll also put links down in the video description below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate it. And if you want to help out in ways that don't cost you any money, then consider subscribing or give the video a like. Tell a friend about it. You know, word of mouth really helps me out too. So if you know anyone that likes full-time RVing, traveling videos, DIYs, yeah, let them know. That'd help me out. But again, my name's David. Her name is Sweetie. This is Fate Unbound, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Good girl. I bet you're hungry. It's dinner time. Come on, pup. Let's go. Let's get food.